Children and families need to know that they're loved and that they're safe and that people care for them no matter who they are.
We cannot be silent concerning openly dangerous or offensive behaviors.
A city divided this week over a pride event, the flag-raising ceremony at City Hall and the prayer given during that ceremony. Then on Wednesday, dozens of local faith leaders and its board members condemning the pride flag-raising ceremony at City Hall, and also protesting a pride event at the Fresno Chaffee Zoo on Friday night. That event advertised as a family-friendly drag performance. The LGBTQ plus community holding their own demonstration in support at City Hall. Now, the Chaffee Zoo issued this statement before their event, quote, "Fresno Chaffee Zoo proud to support the diverse audiences of the Central Valley. Our Family Pride Night event is just one of our many inclusive programs that welcomes and celebrates the communities and cultures of our region," end quote. Now, both local political parties, the Fresno County Democrats and the Fresno County GOP, also getting involved, issuing statements. The local GOP denouncing the zoo and the pride event and the prayer at City Hall. Of course, the local Democrat Party obviously supporting it. So time to bring our panel back in. Joel Hurtado, Gary Bredefeld. Joel, I'll start with you here because I know that in Kingsburg you went through quite the turmoil in wanting to raise the pride flag at Kingsburg City Hall, and now you see what happened this week. So what do you make of the city still divided over this?
It's 2022, Councilmember Bredefeld. I'm at a loss for words. I really thought I was coming into this prepared, and I just drew a blank. Because it's literally mind-blowing to me that a Republican mayor in this city understands that this is the same talking points about children being exposed. This is, I told you in a tweet, this is about them having the opportunity to express themselves and to be who they are. And our children are watching us. And the acting out and the talking points and the spitting all of the hatred, it's just getting old and it's hurting people. Mentally, I deal with those young kids.
Because you oppose flag raising, whatever it is, outside City Hall, except for the U.S. government flag, the state, and the city of Fresno, does not mean that you're a hater. I don't support any flag but those flags flying because I think it is divisive, and we've seen that. I don't oppose the gay community because of that. I don't oppose the gay community because I think having a drag show at a zoo where children are going to be at doesn't make me a hater of the gay community. It makes me concerned about children and being exposed to sexual material and sexual content. And that's what I oppose. That's what I'm going to continue to oppose. Now, if you oppose that, the left will say you're a hater, you're a bigot, you're a homophobe, and none of that is true. It's all false. Unless you go along with their narrative, then that's what they do. They call you names.
Your narrative is that this is grooming children. This is the same talking point that the Republicans have been using for years because they have nothing else. So you're regurgitating the same talking points that they have. Understand that what you're doing is harming children. You represent communities. Your words hold power.
No, having children at drag shows where men dress up as women, that's dangerous for children.
Drag is art, and it's family friendly.
Well, you call it art. I don't think it's healthy.
I held a Kingsburg Pride event where it was...
Yeah, a pride event is different than a drag show with children.
It's an inclusive night.
Yeah, Pride Night is different than having a drag show with children.
Autism awareness
is different. And you can try to make it and confuse the issue, but I don't go along with it.
Well, let me say this. You know, Joel brought up something. You know, Mayor Dyer supports the pride flag being raised at City Hall. After he heard some testimony.
Sure.
And you know, many of his supporters, part of the protest in Eaton Plaza on Wednesday, including yourself, obviously back Mayor Dyer. So are you losing, is he losing your support?
No.
So he was at the Pride event. So
we can differ without meaning that we can't agree on other issues. But the fact is, I've disagreed all along that the gay pride flag did not belong hanging up outside City Hall. Eaton Plaza, along with any other flag, that's where it belonged. And it is divisive, and I continue to disagree with the fact that it's there.
Well, I'll just say this. I'm Armenian. Everybody knows that. The Armenian flag has been raised at City Hall for the Armenian genocide for years.
Yes.
Were you opposed to that?
Well, I think that only those three flags should be, as I said, the U.S. flag, the state flag, and the city flag, and frankly, the POW MIA flag. I think every other flag should be flown at Eaton Plaza. Now, does that make me
Does that-
opposed
but-
to
but-
Armenian?
but you
No,
have-
because
but
you know I
have
support the Armenian
constituents
community.
who are a part of both communities.
I'm just asking a question. That's
Yeah.
my job.
Yeah.
So, Joel, again, when the city is divided like this, I mean, we had 2 demonstrations going on at the same time on Wednesday. That means the city is divided on this issue. And is it about religion or is it about drag performance? Help me understand. Help our viewers understand.
Well, as I said,
believe that- okay.
well, go ahead, June.
I just believe that we're divided on this issue, and for the reasons that don't make any sense, quite frankly. It's religion. Is it partisan? It shouldn't be, because being who you are, being born who you are, right? There's
Right.
nothing that I can do about that. I'm a
Right.
bisexual woman. Sorry, can't help it.
That's okay.
Right? So with that being said, there is no room for this. Some faith leaders this. At the end of the day, we're all God's children.
I agree.
Councilmember Benefits.
I agree.
And so with that being said, you represent people, and the words that you are saying are hurting them.
Well,
and so if you're going to
that's
stand
what
up
you
for
say.
our children,
That's
stand up
what
for
you say.
all of our
I
children.
stand up for all children, and I'm going to speak out on
Your
things
words
that I
do
think
not-
are
your words
destructive.
do not
And as
represent
for the
that.
flag,
Your words
you
hold
know, the Armenian
consequences.
flag I also see as different. It's a government flag as opposed to a flag that represents a group that other people might disagree with. So again, I say in terms of the pride thing, at the pride flag raising there was also a prayer that called Jesus Christ the queer one, denounced God in many ways, and I spoke out against that. When I spoke out against that, they say that I'm opposing them. No, I'm not opposing them. I'm just not going to allow or not speak up about their attacks on somebody that is my God, Jesus Christ.
Who represents and loves all people.
That's fine.
No matter what.
But I'm not going to
Councilmember
allow
Benefits.
him to
There are
heretic
plenty
speech
of
to go on
LGBTQ+
without
people
addressing it.
that are Christians.
That's fine.
I'm
Right.
just saying.
That's right.
Your argument, it doesn't make
What,
sense.
we got 20 seconds here. Is this going to be an ongoing issue?
I really hope not.
In what way?
The flag is
gonna
going to be risen.
Are we going to see demonstrations every Pride Month?
I have no idea. All I can tell you is I disagree with it. I'm going to continue to speak out. No matter what they call you, I'm going to continue to speak out against it. I am not against the gay community, but I am against drag queens being exposed with children. I disagree with it, and I'm going to oppose it. When there's a quote prayer that calls Jesus Christ the ultimate transgressor, I'm going to speak out against
Then
that.
do not take your children.
All right, we got to end it there. Joel Hurtado, Gary Bradfield. Hey, listen.
You got it.
It's a candid conversation. I appreciate you both for doing it.
Absolutely.
Okay.